Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. So excited about being here. Look, okay, so let me tell you what we got going on. We are interviewing women for Women's History Month. And when I tell you these are some phenomenal women that you are going to get to meet through this month and later, because I know if you're catching it now, you're going to definitely be looking for that replay. Because when I tell you they have been dropping knowledge, they've been dropping all these little tidbits, things that we can use and how we can better ourselves. So I need you to get ready and better pull out your pen and your paper, because I promise you there's going to be something that they said that you will need. And I just want you to join me in celebrating women, not only for Women's History Month, but all year long, forever, forever. Because think about it. If it wasn't for a woman, you wouldn't be here. And I'm gonna let that one sit there, right there with you. I'm gonna let that sit. I'm gonna let it sit right there. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring up our guest for today. She's so awesome, and I can't wait to hear more about her and what she does. And I know you're gonna join in me thinking that she's awesome too. So hello, Dr. Vaughn. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Coach.
I'm so excited because I'm so excited to get to meet a lot of the people that I've been interacting with just in that virtual space, had not had a chance to talk to them. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, things opening up. So we get ready to have some live events. I get to tell folks, look to their face, love you to life. And ain't nothing you can do about it.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited about that. So let's just go ahead and jump in. Tell the people who you are, what you do, and what is your greatness. What is your claim to fame? What is your greatness? What is your superpower? Daddy.
Oh. So listen, number one, I am God's girl. That's number one. But I am Dr. Shavona Whitehead. I am the owner of Manifesting More with Dr. Vaughn, and she's more now life and empowerment coach. They call me the More Pusher. I actually help women to break boxes and shatter ceilings, to show up as their authentic selves. From my own More platform, and More for me stands for motivated overcomers being restored and empowered. So I help you tunnel through those things to navigate and break and pull and stretch and grow so that you can be your best self. Because guess what? Nobody can be you better than you. And so I always tell my mentees, you are the greatest gift that God could have ever created. And the best person to be is to be you. And so for me, I am also a wife and a mom of 4 beautiful children, and my amazing husband of almost 8 years. So listen, I am just God's girl that helps women get to where they need to be. And so I have different things that God has allowed to assign to my hand. And listen, I want you to know, lean on in. I want you to know that you are absolutely amazing. And you are more when? Right now. Not when you finish, not when you keep working, but even in the midst of the journey, you can look at yourself and say, I'm more right now. And I'm also privileged and honored to be a 4-time author. 2 of them are international bestsellers. And so my latest book is The Cutting That Made Me Whole. Ooh, oxymoron, isn't it? The Cutting That Made Me Whole. But listen, The Cutting That Made Me Whole actually is my journey to tapping in to the real me. Because something happens when God reveals you to you. There's a whole different thing when you actually ask God to reveal you to you. And so my latest book talks about how I had to be cut away. I had to be stripped away. I had to be sifted. I had to be stretched. I had to be some things had to be really taken away, because there were some things that I was carrying into seasons that didn't belong. And so when I really allowed God to actually cut me and actually let me face me, I had to realize that some of the problem wasn't everybody else. Some of the problem was me. But guess what? Once I realized it and I let him do his work, when I tapped into me, I think she's pretty amazing. So now I don't let anything change my perspective of me. Because when God created me, he created me as a masterpiece. So listen, I want you to think about your own situation and where you are in your life, in your journey. I know things may not be the way you want them to be. They may not even be the way you thought they would be at this age. But guess what? You're right where you need to be. Lean on into it, embrace it, but most of all, don't let it control you, because you are not what happened to you. It's just a part of your journey. And so when we get that mindset, that's when we become more.
Hey, because I'm over here like, woo, woo. I'm gonna run up in here because it says, because I really want to come and say, I'm more right now. That's what I'm trying to say, right now, not tomorrow, not later, but right now.
Come on, say that.
Talk right there. Yes and yes and yes.
Yes.
Yes and yes and yes. Because you know what? As women entrepreneurs, I feel like that is the biggest thing holding us back. It's not really the money. It's not really the connections. It's not really not having the right paperwork, not having the biggest team. It's us. So, Doc, how do we change that mindset? How do I wake up in the mirror? Or, you know what, my favorite, look at that compact and say, I'm more. How do I do that? What do I do, Doc? What do I do?
Well, see, first of all, you really actually have to make a commitment to allow God to reveal you to you. Because like Coach said, one of our biggest challenges is us. We can make a commitment to our family. We can make a commitment to our business. We can make commitments to ministry. We can make commitments to everybody. But the most challenging commitment that we have is the commitment to ourselves. When I made a commitment to me, that means I also made a commitment to the work. And it's ironic that Coach said something about a mirror, because we have mirror time in my mentorship. It's called mirror time. And sometimes, and most of the time, they don't like it, because mirror time means I have to face what I see, but then declare what I be. I literally have to face what I see, but then declare what I be. What do I mean by that? I am admitting that what right here needs some work. But I'm also taking my authority to declare what's changing about what I'm seeing.
You better come on shift. Listen, that right there preach all day long. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going into the other mode. Look, let me bring myself back.
Listen.
Because you know what, and you, girl, let me tell you, you got me on fire over here, because see, this is the kind of stuff I like. This is the kind of things that I like to talk about. I like to be with women that are energetic, that are seeing themselves for who they are. The dirt, the grime, the struggling, the bad, the past, the mistakes. I see all that, but see, I still know that I am a winner. I am an achiever. I know that I can handle it because I done been through some crap. And you can't tell me what I can't do. Because see, you know, I'm sorry, Doc, because see, I'm the type. Tell me what I can't do, and I'm getting ready to prove to you how I can. And then you're gonna be looking like, huh? I said, no, baby, that's me and the Lord doing this. I'm sorry. Okay, y'all know me.
But that's real though. And here's the ironic thing, and I'm always transparent. My motto is, my journey is someone else's freedom. And I always say it because here's the truth of the matter. So to some of you that are watching today that think it's too late for you to find you, I am here to tell you it's not too late. You still have time, because I did not tap into the real me until about 5 years ago. I'll be 43 years old this year, but I met me at 38. And guess what? She's pretty awesome to me. But the truth of the matter is, I didn't meet her in her fullness until I was 38. So what's your excuse for meeting you today?
I didn't meet me to 40. So I understand.
So listen,
because age ain't nothing but a number.
Listen, for Coach said 40, I had 38. So what's your excuse? You still got time to meet up with you and say, hey girl, how you doing?
And okay, so let's be real transparent. And at 53, I'm just now meeting another me. So don't be scared of these me's that start showing up. Because see, age, not age, it's the experience that gives you the elevation. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying all your jobs, all your titles. It's that what we say, that mirror work. See, it's that mirror work. Yeah, don't keep me stuck. Oh, yes, Lord.
Yes.
Girl, you about to make me holler over here. Now, you also said something else. It said the cutting that made me whole. And so many of us are afraid of the cutting. They don't realize that cutting is what makes us whole. That's just like you can't eat a whole cow. You got to cut the cow up into pieces. You got to cut the chicken up into pieces because some of that, like they say, you got to get rid of the good, the meat from the fat and the bone and get all that out. So, Jesus, I need you to tell us, what does this mean about the cutting? What? Don't tell us all of it because we got to go get the book once the book drop, or if it's already dropped, we're going to talk about that too. We're going to have to have you come back on late have you come back on when we're not doing a special and talk about this book, because that's what I live for. But when you said that is so powerful and so visual, because see, a lot of times people think once I get saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, baptized with the mighty burning fire, got my business, is all that in a bag of chips. Don't realize that you still got to go with some stuff. So what does that cutting mean and or look like? And again, don't give it all. I know you ain't gonna give it all to us, but I know you finna tap on into that thing. I'm gonna go and let you have it.
So when we talk about the cutting that made me whole, first of all, you have to realize that there are some things in us that we've been dragging around that have kind of become stuck to us like a cyst. And we've been dragging it from season to season to season to season. And we want to know why we can't be as happy as we want to be. We want to know why we can't be as focused. We are sometimes dragging around some infectious things, and those things have to be cut away so that we can see who we really are, because most of us are living underneath a false narratives. Many of us are living in boxes of what people told us we could do or who we were supposed to be, and those things have to be cut away. Those things have to be trimmed away. You cannot walk in the fullness of who you are trying to be who they want you to be. It's impossible. And so the cutting that made me whole was my process to being cut away from what they said to being actually manifested and growing into who God says. And those actually, unfortunately, saved and all, were two different things. And so that cutting, though it was uncomfortable, was absolutely necessary. It was absolutely necessary because there were some things that had to be fixed. I can't walk into prosperity broken. I can't walk into manifestation limping. I need to go in this thing whole. So some things had to be cut away. I had to go through a little surgical procedure, but you got to find out the rest of the pieces. You got to go and get the book and find out my surgical procedure in the spirit. But yes, God had to cut away the things I added to me so that I could stand in what he created me to be.
You said something, and again, I'm about to holler over here. You about to make me just jump off this whole thing, and they got to see me run. But I'm not going to do that tonight, because you said something about the wholeness. And what does wholeness look like? Because sometimes people feel like wholeness is, I got my makeup laid, I got on my red bottoms, I got on this designer, my couture dress, or or I gave somebody my measurements and they made it to fit. So that means I'm whole. I got all these. I got the nice car, the nice house. Okay, I'm gonna take it even further. I got the nice man, the children, and I'm whole. I got it all together. They whole.
Nah, but see, we think wholeness. See, first of all, we always talk about we want to be healed, but healed means that I just overcame that situation. Healed means I made it through. But wholeness takes the sting and the power out of what I went through. So when I become whole, now I no longer have the sting nor the power of that which pulled me down, or that which contaminated me, or that which wounded me, or that which hurt me, or that which distracted me. When I am whole, those things no longer have any power. And then wholeness has to be personal. I'll say it again. Wholeness has to be personal. Wholeness is not tied to things or other people. Wholeness has to be an inside job. Yep, I'm telling you, wholeness has to be an inside job, because I have to think and understand that I'm whole, whether or not I have on makeup, whether or not I got on my good hair, whether or not I got on my good clothes, my red bottoms, carrying my purse, driving in the car. I don't care what state I find myself in. I need to know that I'm whole from the inside out. Too many people are trying to exhibit wholeness from the outside in. That's a false sense of wholeness. That's not wholeness. Wholeness is embedded on the inside that helps you to understand that even when you go through another storm, you still whole. Even do you go through another catastrophe, you still whole. So you can maintain your wholeness even when things start shifting. Because why? Wholeness is an inside job.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. See, y'all don't even know. Me and Dr. Vaughn gonna have to do something. We gonna tag team that thing because I just feel it. I feel we could go and the people gonna get set free, and delivered. So y'all get ready because y'all know how I am. When the Lord give it to me and it drop, I'm figuring out how we gonna make it happen because this is what we need. Yes. We need to be able to have a freedom, a release, and a real freedom and release. I'm talking about. Look, don't come in here with no makeup on. Don't come in here with your good clothes on. This right here, probably don't even need to wear no makeup because you're getting ready to lose it all. Because when I tell you we need to be doing some real mirror work, and then the ones that think we whole or think we set free, we need to be the main ones sitting up in there. Because I was actually talking to somebody and they said, you know what? I've been telling people that they need to get set free. They need to get whole. And then I'm talking to them and realizing I ain't even healed. And I was like, that's major. That is so major. And what do you say to that? Especially as Christian women leaders who are, and I'm just going to say it, we preaching, we teaching, and that's just what we doing in ministry. I'm not even talking about what we doing in business. How do we talk to them, or what can we say? What can we do to start to help to change that mindset of having to look at ourselves and think that we're really okay? Because I ain't gonna tell nobody I'm good and okay, because I still got some stuff that need to be worked out. We all do, but
we all do.
I can say that. But what can we do to help the ones? I'm just gonna be real, to try to reach the ones that think they got it all together.
Well, first of all, we actually got to come to you. It goes back to that whole mirror time. You got to come back to the truth and the reality of you. And too often we are actually, and I think it's kind of to our detriment, we are taught as women that we got to make it happen. We're taught as women that, you're the fixer. You got to push it through. You got to hang in there. You got to do this. You got to juggle that. And sometimes we have lost us. And if we are not careful, we're going to get stuck in a place of facade of making it seem like we got it together, but we're really broken in the inside. And I tell people all the time, you got to make you a priority. Yep. Anybody that's listening, you have to make you a priority. And trust me, as God is who he is, the minute you make you a priority, that opens up a door for him to show you. As long as you're making everything else a priority, and don't get me wrong, I'm a business owner, wife, mother, I'm a preacher, I'm a woman of God, everything. But when sometimes you got to sit back and just be with the woman, none of the titles. Sometimes you got to sit and just be with the woman, the female, and actually sit with her. When you sit with her for real, you'll realize that she got some stuff she need to work on. I mean, she may be sewing in business and making money and making it happen, but when you sit with her, minus the titles, you'll realize that she got some stuff that she still needs to work on.
My God. You know what? We done ran out of time. And I don't think I had said this like this. And I'm saying this because I had to tell it to myself because I'm ready to keep going like I'm on a regular show. This ain't no regular show. We trying to be obedient to what we was called to do. So let me ask you my last question, and then we're gonna tell people how they can find you. And we got to talk, honey. We got to talk. All right. So when you heard or when you hear Church Girl CEO, what does that mean to you?
A birther in the kingdom. For me, that means I am the birther in the kingdom. And when I say that, is because we as women were given wombs. God is having me to birth some things in the kingdom. And it's tying me to ministry and marketplace. It's tying me to ministry and marketplace. And guess what? Women of God, You don't have to choose. You don't have to choose. You can still be the woman of God and still be that person that he's called you to be in the marketplace. It's not either or, it's an and situation.
I love it. I love it. And I love it. Now, Doc, tell them how they can get in contact with you, how they can work with you, how they can get your books. And yeah, just tell them all of your greatness.
Absolutely. Listen, connect with me on Facebook, Shavona Whitehead. On Instagram, I am Dr. Vaughn. Or you can head over to my website, www.shavonawhitehead.com. That's where my books are, my t-shirts are, all of my merchandise. That's where you also can connect with me for coaching opportunities, both group and individual. Listen, stay connected to me. My YouTube channel is Dr. Shavona Whitehead. So listen, stay connected to me. Let's impact the world together.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love it. Well, y'all, this is ended another powerful session. If you was empowered, and I know you wanted to go back and watch this, because baby, I was writing notes, and I know you was too, because she was dropping nuggets left and right. So make sure that you got your notes. You know how to contact her. But most of all, stay tuned. All right, guys, I love you to life, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great one. Peace.